Hi everybody, Catherine St-Pierre at Physikinaction. So this week's Brome County News Lifestyle, Health and Fitness Edition, October 6, 2015, Battling Eating Disorders. So if you're brand new to my station, welcome. It's all about health and fitness. I have over 250 videos about food, diet, tips, recipes, exercise, video, workout, reviews. I have rehab, I have stretching, I have got challenges, I got all kinds of stuff. And lately, this is number 16, and there's probably 30 something of them. I've been revamping my old articles because good information is always worth having. So kudos, it's out there. Everybody gets to see it. Everybody gets to share it. When it was on paper, well, only so many prints were made, and that's that. Okay. If you're brand new, I suggest that if you like what you're hearing or seeing or watching, you like watching my silly faces, subscribe, and every time I post something new, you will get a notification. We'll say Physikinaction just posted, blah, blah, blah. Okay. If you like the information that I'm giving you on a given video, please like, give me a thumbs up, okay? Encourage me, and comment anything that you have questions about, you want to debate on. Hey, I'm open for debate. This was 5 years ago. Some things are okay and some things are probably not really. But I usually tend to debate them. If you ever watch a video to its end, you'll always notice that I will give suggestions as I read through, because sometimes something will come up and I'll remember and I'll say, oh yeah, well, about what I wrote meant such and such, okay? Please, 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 if you are too shy to comment on the page, because remember, if you have a question, maybe somebody else has a the same question or comment that they would have put through but didn't because they're too shy, you can always write to me at physikinaction@gmail.com, and that's always in the description box, including with my Pinterest, my Instagram, my Facebook, and everything else. So you can always get a hold of me somehow, and I usually tend to reply really quick as long as I have internet. Okay. So here goes. So subscribe, like, and comment. If you know anybody that needs to hear what you're hearing right now, please forward it. God, please share it. Okay, though. So here we go. Ready, get set, go. Last month, we spoke about depression. Okay, so cue to self. I always say, or I don't know if I always, but so far I've pretty much always said what we spoke of the month before. And at the end of the video, so if you make it to the end of the video, I'm not really quite sure if it's on this side here or that side there. I usually post the video that I spoke of. Okay, so it has the link to all of my videos that are with the Brome County News, and then I have always a video of the last one that I made. Okay. I hope you had a chance to read all about it. I have tried some of the free advice. Pen and paper will be good here. So in any of the cases, whenever I'm reading something, pen and paper. I always tell you to do try these 3 things and, things like that. Okay. This month I was confronted by questions of extreme dieting. Some questions were spiked by my quotes, God, I'm fat, or dang, I'm huge, on some of my YouTube videos. Keep in mind, I'm 27 weeks pregnant. Okay, not now. In October 6, 2015, I was 27 weeks pregnant. Okay? Other questions came from clients that obviously struggled with calorie intake versus output. Social media, magazines, product advertisements, and high-level youth athlete coaches, as myself, have a big impact on behaviors that has us think that we aren't good enough, lean enough, thin enough, unless we fit in a parameter as perceived perfection. Okay, so in most sports, or you're looking at models or you're looking at celebrities, people have you kind of fit in some kind of a box, okay? And if you don't fit in that box, you are not worthy, as society could say, of being in that spot, okay? Not true, but that's what happens, okay? And a lot of us believe it. Don't! You know who's talking, right? Okay. These are affecting the way we see ourselves and often are the onset of eating disorders like anorexia and many others. Fortunately, I have noticed that more and more commercials are making young people aware of Photoshop. That Photoshop is being used to making models appear to be perfect to society's high standards. If you have never noticed those videos, they show you all the celebrities and all the fitness models being touched up. People say, oh no, fitness. I've been on stage. I've seen so many stretch marks by women and men. So don't think that they're perfect. If they're on a cover of a magazine, they've been touched, okay? I do believe that the era of being skinny is on its way out. Many groups and figure models, okay, fitness models, figure models, are pushing for getting healthy and fit as opposed to skinny. Now, if you don't know the difference, you can be 5 foot tall, 100 or under 100 pounds and still be fat by standards. Okay, so a woman should be between 18% body fat. A healthy woman should be between 18% body fat and 24. When you hit between 24 and 30, you're getting on a chunkier side. And if you're over 30, you have an issue you have to be correcting. If 30% of your body weight is fat, you have a problem because you should have bone, liquids, and muscles more so, okay? For a woman, if you have under, let's say 11, like if you're on stage, most women will get down between the 11 to 14. That's pretty standard depending on which category that you fit in. If you're under 11, you probably have some issues. You probably have some health issues. I've seen some are very scary looking. Whatever, if that's what you like, that's your thing. But it's very scary, and a lot of them have issues with health and hormones, okay? For a guy, well, your levels are lower because you don't need those hormones to function as a woman because, well, you're a guy, okay? That being said, let's keep on going. Today, I'd like to cover the subject of anorexia nervosa. What is it exactly? Anorexia is an eating disorder characterized by abnormally low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of body weight. So you might be 100 pounds, but you think you look like you weigh 140 pounds. Okay, just to give you an idea. People with anorexia tend to place a high value on controlling their weight and shape using extreme efforts. To prevent weight gain or to continue losing weight, they usually restrict the amount of food they eat and or control calorie intake by vomiting after eating, or perhaps by misusing laxative, diet aids, diuretics, and enemas. None of those are fun. Just saying. Been there, done that. In some cases, like me, I always refer to myself. Oh, I suck, don't I? They may also try to lose weight by exercising excessively. I don't do that much. If you don't believe me, go look at my Instagram. I get over 500 posts, and all of them are like me working out for more than an hour and a half. It's not me, not at all. Not sure if you fit into this category. Are you anorexic? I don't know. Do you feel fat even when people tell you you're not? Are you terrified of gaining weight? Do you lie about how much you eat or hiding your eating habits from others? Not so much anymore. Maybe once upon a time. Are your friends and family concerned about your weight loss, eating habits, or appearance? Some of that is true. Some of it, no. Do you diet, compulsively exercise, or purge when you feel overwhelmed or bad about yourself? Do you base your self-worth on your weight or body size? Anorexia involves self-starvation. The body is denied of essential nutrients. I must have screwed up on this sentence somehow. Nutrients it needs to function normally. It is forced to slow down all of its processes to conserve energy. This slowing down can have serious medical consequences like anemia, iron deficiency, causing fainting, fatigue, and overall weakness. Okay, so anemia is not necessarily an anorexia thing. It's a blood thing. Duh. And a lot of women have problems with it. Men, not so much. And it could be because of the hormones. It could be because of the losing blood every month and whatnot. I have it. My sister has it. My daughter has it. We just don't store our iron. So if we don't eat it, it's not there. And if you don't eat meat, which is the best kind of iron, you have to eat a hell of a lot of veggies, and sometimes it's not the right kind of iron. Okay, so don't give people shit. Eat more greens. Anybody who knows me knows that I eat tons of veggies. Okay, lots of veggies, lots and lots of veggies. I just don't eat much meat, so that's why. Okay. Weak immune system, getting sick more often, intestinal problems, abdominal pain, constipation, diarrhea, diarrhea, diarrhea. Okay, sorry. Loss or disturbance of menstruation in girls and women. God, good thing I wrote women and, girls, right? Because no, that was something that, you're just going to expect, right? Osteoporosis, a condition that leads to bone becoming fragile and easily fractured. You don't want that. You already get that once you're menopause, for women anyways. You don't want that earlier. Abnormally slow heart rate and blood pressure. The risk of heart failure rises as the heart rate and blood pressure levels sink lower and lower because it's exponentially. Muscle loss and weakness. I don't know if you have ever noticed those models that are uber skinny. They don't have muscles. They literally have this little string that holds the joint together. That makes the toothbrush feel heavy, or the carrot, and that's why they don't eat the carrot, because it's just like too heavy. I'm kind of joking here, but it's really not a joke. If you're like 5 foot tall and weigh 100 pounds, you're a tiny little thing, okay? You might be all muscle. God, if you are, well, good luck, kudos to you. But most people are not. Okay, here we go. Severe dehydration, which can result in kidney failure. Okay, so if you've ever been on stage, anybody that's ever been on stage, and your fat is really low at this point, but also 48 hours before we get on stage, we usually dehydrate, so you don't drink any water at all. And this makes you look really tight, okay? So your skin goes like, and it sticks there instead of being all saggy and yucky. but that doesn't last very long. And most girls, if they can make it off the stage and drink water, they're pretty much set. But if they don't, a lot of them are in trouble and literally end up in a hospital with exactly that, kidney failure. Okay. So as nice as it looks on stage, it's not very healthy. Just saying. Okay. Bop, bop, bop. Dry hair, dry skin, hair loss is common. Growth of downy layer of hair. So it's called lanugo or lanugos, or I don't know. French accent just takes over on an English word, so it beats me how you actually say it. All over your body, including your face, in the efforts to keeping the body warm. Facts about anorexia. Approximately, this is no fun. Facts are no fun, okay? Approximately 90 to 95% of anorexia sufferers are girls and women. However, since I wrote this 5 years ago, I've known of many guys that are falling into that trap. I don't want to categorize, but most often the gay men are having issues right now, the models and that thing. And I literally, I don't want to get into that fight about men and women. It's just that it's way more, it was almost only women for many, many, many years. And now there's a lot more men in that category now. So if you feel that you're somewhat into that category and need to talk to somebody, hell, don't stop. Don't wait. Okay, do it right away. Okay, very important. Anorexia is one of the most common psychiatric diagnoses in young women. Between 5 to 20% of individuals struggling with anorexia will die. That is huge. It's a lot of people, okay? Lots. The probability of death increases within the range depending on the length of the condition. So the 5% is probably more normal if you're in there for 2 years. A lot of girls go through a phase, probably guys too. I really don't know. I'm not a guy, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But the girls will tend to do that whole phase from, let's say, age 13 to 18, or until they have a boyfriend that doesn't really care, or a partner that doesn't care, and then they feel comfortable with that person, and then start to kind of have a normal life. Other people, I mean, the ones that are going to be in the 20% range, you've had this for 5, 10, 15 years of always being, always on the lookout. I'm sorry if you're there. I'm real sorry. I wish I could help. And if I can, write to me and I'll do whatever I can. Okay? Anorexia is one of the highest death rates of any mental health condition. Isn't that crazy? Anorexia is typically appears in early or mid-adolescence. So like we were talking before, that's when it happens the most. These are scary facts. Unfortunately, many of us will fall into this trap, myself included. Here are a few suggestions that can help you get out of a situation and become a healthier, fitter, glowing, beautiful person that you were born to be. Oh my God, I put lots of butter on that muffin. First, keep a journal. Like I said, if you're going to listen to my stuff, you better have a pen and paper nearby to start writing this stuff down. Keep a journal in which you will keep track of your daily intake of food and beverages. Beverages are important because most anorexic people that I know drink a lot of juice and soft drink. So probably the most calories that you're ingesting are calories that are destroying you, which kind of sucks, okay? Beverages, your calorie output, meaning aka training or physical activity, and your state of mind. This should take 5 to 10 minutes around lunchtime and just before bed. I split it into 2 so that you wouldn't have to think back of what you perhaps ate. Ooh, yeah, like I had a carrot. Okay, you don't want to have to remember that. So if you do it at lunchtime, you'll probably remember what you had for breakfast if you had breakfast, and you'll probably remember if you did some kind of a training, and you'll probably remember if you had lunch. Okay, and then when you do it before bed, well, you probably remember if you had a snack sometime, something to eat or exercise during that half of the day. Okay. You will notice that you feel emotional, how you feel emotionally during a given day will affect you tremendously, your eating habits and exercise habits. Sorry, when you get distracted like I do, you kind of lose your spot. Second, try to stay on the healthy side by eating fresh, local, organic fruits and vegetables and exercising regularly. Exercising will help you to want to eat because, it's your appearance, right? I know many girls, including myself as teenagers, that are anorexic but would never admit to it, who typically have a coffee for breakfast, a chocolate bar or granola bar for lunch, and maybe a small slice of pizza for dinner. Let's not forget the glass of wine at night. Those are for not the teenagers. And maybe wake up in the middle of the night starving, so you'll eat 2 cookies with a glass of milk. Sound familiar? Now, I wrote that because I was actually speaking of a client that would not eat pretty much all day. She would come and train like 3 days a week and not eat all day. Have a glass of wine or 2 every night, and then basically starve when she went to sleep, and then would wake up at 2 and get up and go to the kitchen, have a huge glass of milk with 2 cookies. What the fuck is the point? Like, really? Like, why? Just eat something. Well, unfortunately, that may only be 1,000 to 1,200 calories, but none of this has nutrition. My mom is talking so loud. Nutrition and vitamins to help your body function. Instead, have an egg or a Greek yogurt with some fresh fruit for breakfast, vegetable salad or soup for lunch, some vegetables and some protein for dinner, which will also be 1,000 to 1,200 calories, but at least your body will have some natural nutrients and vitamins to keep your body, organs, and skin somewhat healthy and functional. Okay? P.S. If you're only ingesting 500 to 1,000 calories, which is really not a lot, and are terrified that you're going up a notch, please try this as a buffer. Okay, so there is tricks of doing stuff, okay? Buy a juicer or a Vitamix blender and make fruit or vegetable juices and smoothies. They are really low in calorie and high in nutrition. Here are 2 links that you can scout for ideas. So www.juicewithdrew.com, okay, and www.regenerateyourlife.org. Those are places that you can get things. I'll put the links in the comment box just because I'll forget. Training is also a healthier way to achieve a leaner look. If you're not eating healthy, you won't be able to perform well physically. However, if you follow the eating example stated above, you can take the time and exercise. If you can take the time to at least exercise 30 minutes a day, you will look and feel better about yourself. Training affects serotonin levels in the brain, the hormone that makes you feel happy or at least content. Follow me on YouTube channel. Well, you're there. You don't have to go look it up, right? Third, this will be hard. Get away from anything and everything negative in your life. Ouch. I actually wrote ouch. The number 1 reason teens start on an anorexic path is because someone's thoughtless remarks or comments, as simple as, Have you been putting on weight? You need to surround yourself with happy, positive people. Do the things that you love and appreciate. Fourth, I'll make this the last point, since what I've asked from you so far is quite demanding already. Learn to love yourself. I'm still struggling with this one. I hide it well, but deep down, I am my own worst enemy, and you will be yours as well. Okay, so people that are anorexic are so much harder on themselves than everybody else around them. Okay, so be careful with that one. This is what you need to do. This is where you need your pen and pencil and paper. Every night, write 10 things that you are grateful for in a journal. Try to write different things every night, because you will tend to get into this funk where you'll always write the same things. Oh, I'm grateful for my mom, and I'm grateful for my dad, and I'm grateful for best friend. I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful for whatever, okay? But you'll tend to repeat the same ones over and over again, okay? So by writing them down, you'll notice that you can change. You might have the same top three, okay? But the rest of them should change, okay? Try to write different ones every night. This will help you to see how much you actually have going for yourself. For every item, mention why you are grateful for it. Oh, bam! Example, I am grateful for Brome County News, okay, this newspaper, because they gave me a great opportunity to grow and excel in life. Okay, I'll give you an example. It has to be short and sweet, or else you won't do it. Take 15 to 30 minutes to relax, contemplate, or meditate on how you can become the best you possible. Come up with ideas that can help you progress and advance in your life or career. Every morning, write 3 things you wish to accomplish that day. Example, I wish to eat at least 1,200 nutritious calories. Oh, man, there goes the chocolate bar. And exercise at least 30 minutes and complete my journal today. Simple. You want to go simple. Once you get used to it, then you can get a little bit more intense on this. This may have been one of the most difficult articles I've had to write, because it meant I had to relive hard events that I would rather have forgotten. On a positive side, I am grateful I was strong enough and open-minded enough to grow out of this awful stage by choosing a healthier option. Don't get me wrong. I was in there having a coffee in the morning and a soup or a salad at lunch, and maybe a slice of pizza at night, and that was pretty much it for like 3 years of my life. And at that, I was smoking cigarettes. Yes, I was healthy in the sense that I exercised. I did plenty of physical activity, but I also did that so that I could have a whole entire pizza to myself, or a whole bag of chips on the weekend, or a whole 2 liter of Pepsi. That's the way it was back then. That's 30 years ago. Oh. Okay. If you are struggling with this and need help to get out, please feel free to write to me at physikinaction@gmail.com. Together we can find alternatives and tools and measures to allow you to move to a better place, one that you fully deserve. Till next time, love, Coach Kat. Okay, so it was really long. I'm really sorry. I had a lot of explanations and a lot of true life shit to add. But that's the joys of video, right? If you were here in my office talking with me, I'd be giving you the diet that I think you should try to follow as best as possible. And I would be telling you all the exercises that you could do to counteract what you were going to eat. But I would also give you, choices. Let's say you know, like you only have 1,200 calories. Where are you going to get your 1,200 calories that are going to be the most useful to you? On a side note, people say, well, you know, like if I move or if I don't move. Okay, for about 15 years of my life, I was eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. A day, 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. Yes, I was training 10 hours a week. Whoop-tee shit, 10 hours a week is nothing. I know people that train 20 hours a week, 25 hours a week. And I would never put on any weight because the calories that I were eating were good calories, okay? And my skin was nice, my eyes were popping, you know, like everything was where it should be, okay? So if you are eating your vegetables, your fruits and vegetables, and I say vegetables always first because fruit have a lot of sugar in them, so they actually do allow you to keep weight on. At first, when I was first training, I had trouble getting under the 18% mark, body fat mark. And it was because I was eating too much fruit. So we usually suggest that you eat 3 fruit a day, or 3 portions of fruit a day and no more than that. Because you want to try to keep your insulin from spiking during the day. So those are little tricks that you would get if you were in my office. There's all kinds of little tricks like that, and things that you can drink and things that you can add and all this stuff. So it's a big subject, and this was a part because there's bulimia, and then there's all kinds of other things. There's a lot of people lacking. If you look at Crohn's, if you're looking at so many things now with can't tolerate milk, can't tolerate proteins, can't tolerate gluten. Oh my goodness, okay? So they're all eating disorders, and you all kind of have to fix them somehow. So anyways, I don't know where I go through here. I don't remember if anything has to pile up on this, and hopefully not, because it's not a subject that I really like to talk about. But if you need to talk to somebody about it, I've got plenty of experience. So have fun, and till next time, love you.